What's up, guys? For today's watch review, this is going to be an update of about 1.5 years of my Citizen Promaster dive watch. Before we get started, let's do a quick wrist check. As always, I am rocking my medium-sized Marathon GSAR, an absolutely fantastic tool watch. I've done a review on it, so check it out. But if you don't want to watch the review, just know that is a fantastic watch. A little bit expensive, actually very expensive, at least to me it was, but definitely worth every penny. But going back to the Citizen, we'll start off with the review with our first talking point, which is a 360 view, and of course, as always, I will have the dimensions on the screen for you. A quick disclaimer, this is not the original band. I just swapped it out. But I do believe that this type of shark mesh band just changes the dynamic of this watch completely in an absolutely positive way. Oh, and I forgot to wear my gloves. Look at me. Let me go ahead and do that first real quick. I'm still getting used to these gloves, but I definitely do enjoy or prefer having them on because that way I don't get little grease marks all over the watch. But there we go. Here's the top, the side, and there's the back. I do like designs on case backs. I just think that it gives the watch a little bit more character. Let's see what you can see if we zoom in a little bit. There we go. You got that Citizen globe with the Eco Drive. I don't know if it's pronounced Eco or Echo. I call it Eco Drive. Could be wrong. Let me know. And then of course I will have the dimensions for you right now. And going on to the next talking point, price. So I have had this watch for a while, and strangely enough, price has gone up. MSRP on the website is $380. On Amazon currently, as of the 4th of March, you are looking at paying about $213 before taxes. About 1.5 years ago, I paid $150 after taxes. So strangely enough, it went up by a lot. So I don't know why that's the case. Maybe just I just happened to be lucky and I got a very good price on it. But just be advised, that's what you're expecting to pay. I would say after taxes, around $230. Next talking point is functions. So let's zoom in here. Now off the get-go, you've got the date display. I said it was March 4th, and you can see right now that the date is wrong. That is my bad. I need to change that. But yeah, you've got a date display and then a one-directional 60-click bezel. A little bit sluggish with the clicks. Definitely not as good as some of the other bezels I've seen, but still very accurate, lands on all of the markers, very little play. So I really have no complaints. It is solar powered, which is the great thing about the Eco Drive watches from Citizen. And then you do have illuminated indices. I don't know what kind of lume they are, but they're very good. Next talking point is illumination. So let's go ahead and cue in the footage of this watch in a dark room. We'll do that right now. And as you can see, the illumination is fantastic. You leave this out, you come back inside after being out in the sun, and even in a well-lit room you can see it glowing very strongly, and that's always a great thing. Next talking point is visibility. I have no complaints with visibility. The minute hand having that almost neon orangish color makes it very easy to find. When you're just doing a quick wrist check, you're looking at the time, and it's very easy to identify which hand is what. And the indices are also very loud and large and pronounced, so that's always a good thing too. Very easy to see. No complaints with visibility. Next talking point is button and crown placement. Obviously there are no buttons, but you do have the crown at the 4 o'clock position, and I absolutely love that. Let's go ahead and take this moment to see how this looks like on the wrist. First, let me take off the marathon. So I really love that 4 o'clock position crown. First of all, it's not digging right into the back of your top of your hand, which, I mean, in all reality, it wouldn't do that anyways, even if it was at the 3 o'clock position, unless your band was just horribly adjusted. But just, I like the unique look of it. It just looks sleek and cool, because normally with the crown at the 3 o'clock position, that's what you're used to, and having it down at the 4 o'clock position really just gives it kind of like that edgy look, at least in my opinion. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for the crown placement. And let's zoom out here and go ahead and put on the old glove again. Next talking point is band quality and comfort. So let's go and take out the original. So these are the bands that it came with. As far as quality goes, they're perfectly good. They're actually very robust rubber or resin. I don't know what material they're made out of, but they're very high quality. You can definitely tell that these will last many a shower cycle or many a dive. Most watches, if you expose them to harsh elements such as salt water or soap and shampoo, they turn brittle, they dry rot, and they just crumble and fall apart. These ones definitely look like they will last a very long time. The band that I have replaced with it, I will put a link to Amazon, which I am not sponsored in any way. I just happened to go shopping, looking around, because I really wanted to change the look of this watch. Because going back to the stock watch band, it is of good quality, but it is not comfort. Or what am I trying to say? The comfort level is not high. It's very rigid. There's kind of a high sweat factor, so it leaves a lot to be desired, and it kind of makes it look not unprofessional, but I think this shark mesh band, or just changing it for a steel band, really gives it that classic dive watch look that everybody absolutely loves about this style of watch band. So, the original band was not my cup of tea. I prefer a metal band, and on this one specifically, I prefer this mesh band. And like I said, I will have the description to this specific one on my description below. Very cheap. I think I paid like $20 for it, and it's pretty good quality. There were some negative reviews on it on Amazon. I took a risk, and maybe I just got a good one, but so far I absolutely love this band. Next talking point is my overall thoughts and should you buy. Overall thoughts is I absolutely love this watch. From its ruggedness to how pleasant it is to look at, to also how great it is at night, during the day. All things about this watch are just 100%. Citizen has never let me down. Citizen is one of those, I would say, mid-range watches, like a BMW 3 Series is not like a super luxury car, but it's also not a chump by any means, right? I think the Citizen Promaster dive watch is sort of like the BMW 3 Series of watches. You can disagree with me, that's just the best comparison I can come up with in my head. And everything from the watch itself, and I also have a different opinion because I did get a very good price on it. I think my opinion maybe would have changed if I ended up paying $230 for it, but at $150 there is absolutely no complaints whatsoever. So from the watch itself to the presentation. So let me go ahead and show you what the Citizen comes in. Look at that. And it's not like super high quality. This is just a cheap plastic case, but it is modeled after a scuba tank, And it's so fun and so cool looking, and it makes the watch itself so exciting when you get it. It gives you that just sense of pure joy that is very rare in a lot of companies these days. You know, like one of my biggest complaints is G-Shock and Casio. I love them to death, but the presentation is so crappy. In the little shitty tin cans or little cardboard boxes, you know, at the price that I paid, even at $230 actually, this is, you know, above average. And they didn't have to do it, but they did, and it's such a cool little thing. But yeah, enough gushing about the presentation. Going back to this watch, so obviously it's no secret that this is emulating a, you know, Rolex-esque dive watch, but just this watch itself, it's so simple, so humble, but so classy looking. The brushed steel look on the sides, really, it's just so clean. Really no complaints there. The fact that on the bezel you have markers for every minute on the hour is also a great thing. Something that is kind of a pet peeve of mine are bezels that only have minute markers up to the 15 to 20 minute point, which I'm like, why? What's the point? Does it really cost you that much more money to have markers all the way for the full 60 minutes? Just, it makes it that much more useful and versatile. But yeah, after a year and a half of owning this watch, I only love it more. Everything, it is a screw down crown, which I don't know, I'm not an expert in watchmaking, but in my opinion I believe that does increase the watertight integrity and reliability of it submerged. So that's always a good thing too. But yeah, if you couldn't tell, I absolutely love this watch, and I highly recommend it. If $230 is a bit past your price range, hopefully you do, you know, the same thing happens to you as it happened to me, and I just happened to be on Amazon at the right time and I got it for an excellent price. So hopefully that's the case for you. But other than that, that's all I got to say about the Citizen. Again, highly recommended. If you are in the market or currently seeking a dive watch, I will always recommend this one. You really can't go wrong with Citizen. So yep, I hope that this video helps you in your next watch purchase. Thank you for watching, and tune in for my next review. Bye.